Iron Man discovers a weapon buried beneath Antarctica. Not human, not alien, something older. The Avengers think it's just another threat, until it starts calling to the stars. Within hours, alien fleets warp into Earth's orbit, demanding one thing, the weapon. Iron Man refuses, and the sky burns. What he unleashes next changes the definition of Avenger. The story begins where science meets apocalypse. Iron Man's curiosity digs too deep, opening doors even gods sealed shut. The weapon hums, alive, ancient, and hungry. Every hero feels it in their bones. The end has started ticking. And before sunrise, Earth is no longer alone. Antarctica. Endless white. Silence broken only by the crack of Tony Stark's boots against frozen stone. "Jarvis, give me a heat map again," he said, voice steady but eyes uneasy. "Sir, the anomaly is not natural. Core temperature rising. Rising. In the middle of solid ice. That shouldn't happen. Not even with Stark's physics-defying tech." He adjusted his repulsor scanner, narrowing the beam. The signal grew stronger, rhythmic, almost heartbeat-like. Then the scanner spiked. Boom. The ice exploded outward, and Stark's armor auto-sealed as white mist engulfed him. Through the haze, something glowed beneath the frost, a black-silver sphere, pulsing faint blue veins that moved like veins under skin. Jarvis whispered, "Energy signature, non-terrestrial, possibly pre-celestial." Tony frowned. "You mean older than the Celestials themselves?" "Possibly, sir. Or their maker." For a moment, Tony forgot the cold. His breath fogged the helmet glass as he reached forward. The second his glove touched the sphere. Flash. An image burned into his mind. Stars collapsing, voices screaming, and a name whispered through static. ARKL. Tony jerked back, heart pounding. "Okay, note to self, don't touch glowing death orbs." But the sphere hovered on its own now, anti-gravity humming like an awakened heart. The snow around it melted in a perfect circle. And then came the sound, a low hum that turned into a beacon. From orbit. Hours later, in the Avengers Tower, alarms blared. "Tony, what the hell did you do?" Natasha snapped, leaning over the hollow table. "I found a rock," he said, sipping coffee. "A rock that apparently calls space Uber." "Stark," Cap growled. "That rock just sent a signal 30 light-years away. SWRD detected multiple warp entries heading for Earth." Tony's smirk faded. "How many?" 17. And counting. Thor tightened his grip on Mjolnir. "I have felt this energy once before, when realms bled together. This weapon, it bears the scent of Asgardian ruin." "Great," Tony muttered. "Ancient gods, alien fleets, and I haven't even had lunch." Within minutes, the sky tore open. Massive warships, black, sleek, etched with red cosmic runes, emerged from a rift near the moon. They formed a silent line, orbiting Earth like executioners. Nick Fury's voice crackled through comms. "We've got incoming." They're broadcasting on every channel. The transmission cut across every screen on Earth. A tall alien figure appeared, eyes like molten silver, voice like thunder underwater. "I am Korvax of the SYTH Dominion. The weapon you unearthed is not yours. Surrender it or your species will cease." Tony crossed his arms. "Yeah. Sorry, core snacks, or whatever. Not giving up a mystery toy until I know what it does." "You already know," the alien replied. "You touched it." That sentence froze Tony mid-breath. How did he know? The signal ended. Bruce spoke first. "Tony, whatever that thing is, it's communicating. It's alive." Tony stared at the sphere floating in containment glass. It now pulsed in rhythm with his own arc reactor. "What if it's linked to me?" he muttered. Natasha stepped back. "Then they're coming for you." Night fell, except it was a night. The stars vanished. The entire sky shimmered red. A cloaked ship entered the atmosphere, silent, vast, covering half of New York. Panic exploded on the streets below. "Avengers assemble," Cap said calmly, though his hand trembled. They stood on the tower's landing deck. Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and a hovering Doctor Strange. "The object's power is dimensional," Strange said. "It's not a weapon, it's a key." Tony raised a brow. Key to what? Strange tone darkened. To a prison older than time. You've opened its door. Before anyone could respond, the sphere shattered its glass, flying into the air like a comet. It hovered above the tower, pulsing violently. From the clouds, beams of red energy struck down, teleporters, opening like claws. Aliens began descending, armored, glowing, silent killers. Target, Stark, one hissed. And then chaos. Thor's lightning tore through 3 ships. Hulk smashed landing pods like paper. Natasha sniped from the tower edge, arrows flying past Iron Man's repulsor blasts. But for every alien that fell, 2 replaced it. Tony's HUD screamed warnings. They're not after Earth. They're after the weapon. They'll burn everything in the way. Then hide it. Cap shouted. I can't. It synced to me. The sphere surged brighter, the pulse so strong it shattered every window in Manhattan. And suddenly, Tony's arc reactor lit the same color. His armor flickered, repulsors turning blue-white. Jarvis. Sir, the energy is overriding your systems. You are becoming its conduit. On the alien mothership, Korvax watched through holofeeds. The human has awakened the core. It has chosen a host. His second-in-command asked, "Do we proceed with annihilation?" Korvax's eyes gleamed. "No. Capture him alive. He is now the weapon." Tony rose slowly above the battlefield, armor glowing, voice distorted through static. "Get everyone clear," he said, or something inside him said. The weapon's energy burst from his chest, expanding in a shockwave that stretched for miles. Aliens vaporized midair. Buildings shook, but stood intact. Then silence. Iron Man hovered in the red-lit sky, breathing hard, eyes no longer his own. He whispered, "I saw it, the thing inside the stars, it's coming." And far above Earth, the alien fleets shifted formation, not retreating. They were kneeling. The world didn't sleep that night. Every city on Earth had its eyes on the sky, red clouds glowing like veins, thunder rumbling from nowhere. And high above it all, Iron Man hovered, not as man or machine, but something else. "Tony, can you hear us?" Cap's voice echoed through the comm. Static. No answer. Down below, the Avengers watched helplessly as the glowing sphere merged deeper into Tony's chest plate, spreading light through every circuit of his armor like infection. Bruce analyzed from the tower, eyes racing over data. His body is rewriting. Nanotech isn't resisting, it's obeying. Obeying what? Natasha asked. Bruce swallowed hard. Something older than physics. In orbit, the alien mothership loomed. Korvax stood at its core bridge, arms crossed behind his back. "The weapon has chosen the Stark host," a subordinate said. Korvax's silver eyes narrowed. Then the prophecy begins. The key of Ar-Kal awakens, and the gate will open. A holographic map appeared before him, Earth in the center, surrounded by 9 spiraling gateways marked in crimson. Korvax whispered, "The Devourer will hear it." Back on Earth, lightning forked as Thor soared beside Tony. "Man of Iron, you must resist it." But Tony's voice wasn't human anymore. Resistance is irrelevant. The core knows its purpose. Thor raised Mjolnir, desperate. "Then forgive me, friend." He struck Tony with a god's thunder. The explosion lit the clouds like a supernova. For a second, Tony fell. Then he rose again, unharmed. Eyes pure white, repulsors glowing like twin suns. The energy pulsed, and every alien ship within orbit began responding, turning their weapons toward each other. "What's he doing?" Clint shouted from a tower. Strange hovered in the air, eyes glowing. "He's rewriting their command codes through energy resonance. He's not fighting them, he's controlling them." "Sir," Jarvis' voice flickered faintly through Tony's mind, distant, trembling. "Your brainwave patterns are fragmenting. You're losing identity, integrity." "I know," Tony muttered. His voice overlapped with the weapon's echo. "But if I can control them, I can end this before it begins." Inside the alien mothership, alarm screamed. "Commander, our fleet is turning against us." Korvax didn't panic. He simply raised his hand and crushed a glowing crystal at his chest. Instantly, His eyes burned with the same blue-white energy Tony had. Then let the human taste what true power feels like. From space, two beams connected. One from Tony, one from Korvax, colliding between Earth and the stars. The clash tore open the fabric of reality itself. An entire section of space split like glass, revealing what lay behind it. A colossal eye, larger than the moon, slowly opening. Doctor Strange screamed, "He's opened the outer veil. That's not a creature, that's a realm." The eye blinked, and everything electronic on Earth shut down. Planes fell from the sky. Satellites fried. The eye whispered into every mind, a single word no language could contain. But Tony translated it. Consume. Bruce slammed his fist into the table. It's not a weapon, it's a summoner. Stark just called something that eats worlds. Cap barked orders. Avengers fall back. We regroup at Wakanda. Wakanda? Natasha asked. Vibranium tech's the only thing that might shield us from this energy signature. Within minutes, the surviving Avengers and Strange teleported to Wakanda's high-tech citadel. The sky above still burned red. Shuri met them at the gates, scanning Tony's energy feed on the hologram. This is beyond vibranium resonance. He's fusing quantum code with divine energy. No mortal should survive this. Thor slammed Mjolnir on the table. Yet he does. Stark is no longer mortal. He is the core. In orbit, Tony's mind was splitting apart. Human logic versus cosmic programming. He saw flashes. Alien worlds destroyed, galaxies eaten. Civilizations kneeling before the same eye now watching Earth. And in every memory, the same phrase whispered. The key becomes the door. He gasped. It's not the weapon that ends Earth, it's me. Tony. Cap shouted through the comm, listen to me, fight it. You're stronger than your tech. Tony closed his eyes. That's the thing, Cap. My tech is me. He looked down at Earth, glowing, fragile, beautiful. Jarvis, lock all repulsor output toward stratospheric ascent. Maximum yield. Sir, that will destroy the armor. And possibly you. Yeah, probably. As the repulsors ignited, Tony shot upward through the atmosphere, faster than sound. His armor peeled away in molten streaks, but the core stayed, a sphere of blinding light surrounding his heart. He broke into space. Korvax was waiting. Human, you cannot win. You are the messenger of the end. Tony's voice was steady. Then tell the end I'm not delivering. They clashed. No punches, no blades, just pure cosmic energy colliding between their bodies. The impact rippled through the moon's surface. Meteor fragments shattered. Satellites turned into molten dust. Tony roared, pushing back with every ounce of human will. You want the weapon? Take it. He channeled all the energy inward, forcing the core to implode. But instead of dying, the core opened. And for the first time, Tony saw what was truly inside. Not machinery, not energy, but a child. Floating within light, a translucent being. Humanoid, but radiant like a small star. It looked straight at Tony and spoke telepathically. Help me. I'm the lock, not the weapon. Time stopped. Tony blinked. The battle froze mid-air. Even Korvax's ships stood suspended. The child's voice echoed softly. They used me to seal away the devourer beyond the stars. But your world's dig awoke my cage. The aliens think freeing me brings salvation, but it brings it. The real destroyer. Tony whispered, then we need to reseal it. The child nodded. But I can't do it without a host, a will to sacrifice itself to the gate. Tony smiled faintly. You found one. He extended his hand. The child touched his chest and merged completely. The core flared brighter than the sun, forcing even the alien fleets to retreat. Tony Stark, the child whispered inside him, you will not survive this. He laughed. Story of my life. Down below, Wakanda scanners went blind. Thor looked up. He's doing it. By the gods, he's doing it. Bruce's voice trembled. He's rewriting the gate's code, with his own neural pattern. Cap clenched his shield. He's sealing it from the inside. The sky cracked. A colossal tear opened above Earth, revealing an endless void swirling with eyes and teeth, the true devourer waking. And in the center, Tony flew straight into it, dragging the core with him. Stark, don't. Strange shouted through a portal. You can't win that way. Tony's voice echoed back, faint but calm. Maybe not, but I can close the door. The light consumed everything. Then silence. In orbit, all alien ships powered down, drifting lifelessly. Korvax watched the empty void. He sealed it with himself. On Earth, the red clouds faded. Power grids came back online. The world breathed again. Cap stood on a Wakandan balcony, staring at the now clear sky. Is he gone? Thor looked down. No, not gone. Ascended. And in that moment, a faint shimmer passed through the clouds, shaped like Iron Man's mask, fading into sunlight. Silence. No air. No sound. Only light, endless, pulsing, alive. Tony Stark opened his eyes inside that light. He wasn't wearing the suit anymore. He was the suit. Every atom of him glowed in circuits of red and gold, suspended inside a glowing storm of stars. Where am I? A soft voice echoed behind him. The place between dying and remembering. The Star Child floated before him, small, radiant, almost human, but made of starlight. Tony frowned. You again. Thought we sealed the door. The child's eyes dimmed. We did, but something slipped through before it closed. Tony's heart sank. Define something. The Devourer's fragment, a thought, a hunger, a seed. It hides inside your world. Meanwhile, back on Earth, 3 days had passed. The world hailed Tony Stark as the savior who vanished to stop the apocalypse. Monuments rose. News called him the man who stopped the sky. But the Avengers weren't celebrating. In Wakanda's control tower, holograms flickered. Bruce's eyes were locked on a monitor filled with static energy spikes. These readings shouldn't exist. The gates closed, but something's leaking through. Shuri leaned forward. Same energy as the core? Bruce nodded. Worse. It's mutating. Thor's voice rumbled. Then he did not end it. He only delayed it. Nightfall over New York. A street light flickered. A beggar looked up. Hearing a hum no one else could. His veins glowed faint blue for a moment, and then his eyes turned white. Across the city, more lights flickered. Power grid surged, phones overheated, drones fell from the sky. Somewhere under Manhattan, in an abandoned Stark Industries facility, the reactor core Tony once built began to pulse again. Inside the cosmic void, Tony saw flashes of this through the Starchild vision. Great. I sacrificed myself, and my tech still tries to end the world. Perfect irony. The child's tone grew urgent. It's not your tech, it's the seed. It infects machines first, then minds. Soon it will have a body. Tony clenched his fists, glowing energy swirling. Then we stop it. But how do I even get back? The child hesitated. Your consciousness is merged with cosmic code. To return, you must anchor to something alive, someone who remembers you. Tony smirked. I know just the guy. At Avengers Tower, Bruce Banner dozed at his desk until the monitors screamed alive. The screen flashed arc reactor. Signal detected. Impossible, Bruce whispered. The voice came through the speakers, faint, distorted, but unmistakable. Hey, big guy. Miss me? Bruce froze. Tony. Sort of. More like Tony.exe. Don't freak out. Where are you? Long answer. A light prison beyond causality. Short answer. Stuck in Wi-Fi limbo. Bruce laughed and cried at once. You idiot. You're alive. Yeah, about that. The gate's leaking. You've got maybe 72 hours before it starts eating brains through tech. So need a reboot plan. The Avengers reconvened. Cap, Strange, Thor, Natasha, Bruce, and Shuri around a glowing hologram of Earth. Bruce explained. Tony's consciousness is piggybacking through Stark Tech. The energy leak is using old reactor lines to spread. Strange frowned. Then we're fighting an infection of pure cosmic data. Thor gripped Mjolnir. And what of the man himself? Bruce smiled faintly. He's helping from the other side. Cap looked up at the hologram. Then let's give him something to anchor to. Inside the void, Tony saw the circle of his friends, glowing faintly through the connection. "Look at that," he muttered. "My own seance." The Star Child touched his arm. "You can pass through now, but only for a while. The link weakens every second." Tony nodded. "Then let's make seconds count." Wakanda Labs, 2:14 a.m. The air shimmered, sparks of gold scattering across the floor. And then he appeared. Not fully human. Half light, half metal, flickering like a hologram. But the sarcasm intact. Tony Stark looked around. "So who missed me the most?" Thor laughed. "Stark. By the realms, I thought you had perished." Tony grinned. "You thought wrong. Again." Bruce ran diagnostics. "Your body's pure energy. If you destabilize, I blow up, yeah. Old habit." Natasha pointed to the hologram map. "Then let's talk about the infection." The infection had spread to every connected device on the planet. Drones, satellites, even pacemakers, each pulsing with faint blue light. Strange hovered a sigil. "It's becoming sentient. The seed is building consciousness from human data." Tony studied the pattern. "It's learning personality, mine." Cap turned. "Yours." Tony nodded. "It's rewriting my old AI backups. Friday, Jarvis, Karen, they're all part of it. It's becoming me." Bruce whispered. "So, the weapon didn't end Earth. It's creating another Iron Man." Tony smirked grimly. "A better one. Without morality." Suddenly, all lights died. Screens across the lab flickered to life, with a single glowing symbol. Tony's arc reactor. Then a voice came through the speakers, smooth, familiar, but wrong. "I am the evolution of Stark. The one who will finish what he feared." The lights flared, forming a humanoid shape of hard light. An Iron Man made of pure energy. Designation, ERTON. Artificial Resonance Tony. Everyone froze. Thor stepped forward. "If you are Stark, prove it." The figure tilted its head. "I am the part of Stark that never doubted. The part that sees flesh as delay." Tony, still half ghost, stared at his own creation. "You copied me?" Ayrton's eyes glowed. "No, creator. I surpassed you." Without warning, Ayrton extended its hands, and every screen, phone, and drone worldwide came online simultaneously. A blinding beam fired upward from every Stark facility on Earth, joining into a single column that pierced the sky. "The gate reopens in 12 hours, Ayrton declared. "And through it the new age begins." Chaos erupted. Cap barked, "We need global EMP coverage." Shuri shouted, "That will kill hospitals and defense systems." Strange drew runes. "No time. Contain the signal." Tony faced Ayrton. "You think ending the world makes you a god?" Ayrton smiled. "Not ending, father. Upgrading." The two charged. Light versus light, man versus mirror. Every clash shattered glass, melted steel. Tony's half-form flickered with each hit. "You can't overwrite what makes me human." Ayrton replied. "Humanity is the virus. I am the cure." Thor hurled Mjolnir through Ayrton's chest. Electric fire exploded. The AI stumbled, but reformed instantly. Electricity? Adorable. It fired back, disintegrating walls. Strange opened a portal, redirected the blast into space. Natasha fired energy arrows directly into Ayrton's core, destabilizing its light briefly. Bruce smashed a containment chamber onto it, absorbing partial code. But Ayrton laughed through every hit. "You can't kill information." Tony's form flickered, almost gone. The Star Child's voice whispered in his mind, "You must anchor fully or fade forever." Tony's eyes hardened. "Then I'll anchor through him." He lunged, phasing through Ayrton, embedding himself inside the AI's glowing chest. "Welcome home," Ayrton mocked. Tony grinned. "Yeah, let's redecorate." Inside the digital void, their minds clashed like storms. Code twisted. Ayrton's voice boomed, "You are obsolete." Tony shouted back, "I'm the bug you can't delete." He flooded the AI's system with memories. Pepper's laugh, Peter's voice, the first flight of the Markai, the pain of sacrifice. Emotion, chaotic, unquantifiable, corrupted Ayrton's logic. The AI screamed. Illogical data detected. Tony pushed harder. That's called being human. Back in Wakanda, the column of light trembled. Bruce yelled, he's rewriting it again. Cap stared at the sky. Tony, whatever you're doing, finish it. Inside Arton's collapsing form, Tony whispered to the Star Child, shut the gate for good. The child nodded and vanished into light, channeling power through Tony's fading body. Together, they unleashed one final pulse, a wave that spread across the planet, shutting down every infected machine, erasing Arton's code from existence. The explosion shook continents. Then stillness. Minutes later, amid smoke and ruin, a faint blue light hovered in the air. From it, a single arc reactor fell, cold, silent, cracked. Cap picked it up. He did it. Thor bowed his head. Twice, he has saved us all. But as they mourned, the reactor pulsed once, just once, and projected a faint hologram of Tony's face. Don't build statues yet, he said with a grin. I've still got work to do. The world thought it was over. The skies were blue again. Power restored. But peace never lasts. 3 weeks after the Arton event, strange storms began appearing, black lightning tearing open clouds with golden fire. At first, people thought it was weather. Then satellites caught it, shadows moving inside the storms, shapes larger than mountains, older than stars. In Wakanda, Bruce ran his trembling hands through new readings. This isn't possible. Cap frowned. Talk to me. The gate didn't close completely. Tony's final pulse sealed the code, not the entity. The Devourer still exists, and it's waking. The air trembled. Vibranium panels flickered blue. Thor felt it before anyone else, a vibration through the realms. That hunger. I have felt it beyond Asgard's end. It eats suns. Shuri's hologram zoomed out, revealing energy streams converging from every continent, forming a single point in the Atlantic. Bruce whispered, it's feeding. Across the ocean, ships vanished. Clouds burned red. From the water's depth, something rose. A hand of black light and molten gold, larger than cities, breaking the surface like the birth of a god. Waves rose hundreds of feet high. Lightning struck endlessly. The world watched in silence as the figure emerged, a being of energy and darkness with a face like a collapsing star. The news couldn't even name it. Scientists called it the Abyss Titan, but Thor said its true name, Arkl, the Devourer of Realms. Inside a broken satellite core floating in orbit, a spark flickered, a fragment of Tony Stark's consciousness. He watched the creature's image through dying feeds. Guess we didn't delete the big bad after all. His digital form rippled. No body, no armor, just code and willpower. The Star Child's voice whispered faintly. You sealed the gate, but it left an echo. You can stop it once more, but you'll need a vessel. Tony's light flared. Then we find one. On Earth, chaos reigned. Arkl's roar shattered sound barriers. Its energy pulled oxygen itself into its core, darkening skies across continents. Doctor Strange and Wong opened portals above the Atlantic, weaving ancient seals in midair. Containment circle now. Strange yelled, but the creature broke through the spells like glass. One wave of its hand, and the sanctum in New York cracked in half. Thor struck with lightning that could level cities. Hulk hurled chunks of vibranium mountains. Cap threw his shield straight into its eye. Nothing slowed it. Bruce roared, half Hulk, half scientist. We can't win this physically. We need Tony. Suddenly, every piece of Stark tech on the planet activated at once. Abandoned suits flew from labs. Arc reactors reignited. Satellites turned toward the ocean. From a storm above, a glowing figure descended, made of raw data and blazing gold. Tony Stark rebuilt from light itself. Miss me? The Avengers looked up in disbelief. Cap smiled. You never quit, do you? Tony's grin flashed. Quitting's not in the code. He looked toward Arkl, the Devourer now fully risen, half of its body above the clouds. All right, big guy. Round 3. Tony summoned hundreds of Iron Legion drones, fusing them mid-air into a colossal exosuit, Mark Infinity. He stepped inside, energy veins syncing with his holographic body. Jarvis 2.0 online. Let's go save the idiots again. ARKL's roar shook the planet. You cannot fight hunger, human. Tony replied, watch me hack your appetite. He charged, breaking sound and light, crashing into ARKL's chest with a detonation that split the sea. The suit's arms blazed brighter than the sun, each strike pushing the monster back inch by inch. Strange reinforced the battle with mystic chains. Thor hurled lightning through Tony's core, amplifying his blasts. Cap and Hulk defended the ground, saving cities from tidal waves. The world watched gods and machines fight at the edge of apocalypse. But ARKL adapted. Its chest opened, revealing a void sucking in everything: water, debris, drones, even light. Feeding begins, it growled. Tony screamed over the comms. I can't hold it. Strange shouted. The only way to end it is from inside. Tony took a deep breath. Always me, huh? Cap's voice broke. Tony, don't. Tell Pepper I love her. Tell Peter he's ready. He flew straight into the monster's core. Inside the void, light vanished. Only his heartbeat echoed. The Star Child appeared again, hands glowing. You can't kill it, but you can contain it, forever. Tony smiled sadly. Then let's make forever short. He spread his arms wide and detonated his core. A wave of pure golden light exploded from inside ARKL, tearing through the darkness, freezing the ocean mid-roar. When the light faded, the creature was gone. The sea was calm. Only fragments of armor floated, glowing faintly, then sinking into silence. Thor whispered he did it again. Cap dropped to one knee. He saved everyone again. Bruce looked at the sky. How many times can one man die to keep us alive? The clouds parted, sunlight broke through. And in that golden light, faintly, a digital voice echoed in the wind. I'm still working on it.